Okay, let's see if this thing is on. Hey, you everybody. I'm Braxton Wise, and this is Third Coffee Studio. We're working on new stuff today, right? Well, you know what I want to do? I actually wanted, of course, as I thought I would, and I know I remember saying this yesterday, that I was probably gonna come back to the Back to the Future thing after looking at it and probably find all the mistakes I made, and I did. So we're gonna do a tiny touch-up on that today because I can't leave it like that, and then we're gonna work on let's see, I don't know, I was thinking the Jaws movie poster, try to recreate that, and I would like to try to do like an original version to create my version of that, but using the shark and a person and all that, just like in the poster. It's basically shark is sort of from an underneath view, but coming upward out of the water, or up to the water, and above that, way up at the top, if you've not seen the poster, way up at the top is a swimmer. I think it's a woman splashing around up there, and the shark is underwater coming up to eat this person. So yeah, it's a very scary poster. When was it released? It was in 1975, I think. The movie Jaws. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. I think someone had made a comment about Jaws, and I missed it, and then it became a suggestion of making a Jaws movie poster, and then someone suggested we do like a frog version. I think that'd be fun. And I don't know about Tadpole. Tadpole was okay, it was cool, but tadpoles are very nondescript. You know, they're solid black. It's hard to even see any features on them. I think it'd be better if it was like a giant frog swimming up or something instead, you know, in place of the shark. And then I don't know what we do. Well, frogs eat bugs, so it has some kind of insect person swimming around at the top of the water or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. It could be a human. Frogs would eat humans if they were. If a frog was big enough, it would eat you. Trust me. It doesn't matter how cute they are. They are cold-blooded killers. Hey yo, Gary. Just had a 50th anniversary. So then it must have been. Wait, really? Okay, so that would have been 76 then, wasn't it? Well, I'm 52. Well, 50th. Because I think it came out in 75. I would have been a year old. So if it was late 75. Okay, so it was late 75. Then that would be nearly 2 years after my birth. Because I was born in February 74. No, it'd actually be less. So it wouldn't be 50. That doesn't make any sense. The math isn't working. Maybe my math isn't working. Maybe I don't even know my own age anymore. Anyway, I know it was a very scary movie poster, and I was too young. I was a toddler at the time, so I was too young to see the movie, but I did see the movie later. So maybe we can come up with some kind of cool version of that. Go a little mainstream. We're going mainstream today. Let's see. Let's get rid of our middle part. I can't fade this out. That kind of sucks. Because it's all linked. So it just happens immediately. I need to... this has to be... See? That middle part. I want it to fade out. And it won't because I linked it. Or it links itself when you use a grouping. I don't know. It links groups from one scene to the next, which is mind-blowingly stupid. I now hate OBS with a deep passion for being so stupid. See, I can hate people just for being stupid. It's my talent. A great white frog, something like that. I really like the movie poster idea. So I think I want to do like an original, and then do my own version. I think it would also be good for I'd make a good t-shirt, I think. Let's make sure this is working. It is. I cannot, because of some Windows update, my task manager is broken and has never been fixed, because the last update that was supposed to fix that included some other bug. That means I have to do a bunch of work to try and undo that. Thanks, Microsoft. Also, my little quick keys. Well, it's not the quick keys. But it's still another like a shortcut, like a programmable shortcut pad. So I don't need to use a keyboard. And it also is Bluetooth. I don't like having to plug it in, but now my PC will not recognize it if I shut it off and turn it back on. If I do that, then I have to go through, I have to open up the freaking Bluetooth, and then I have to disconnect it, and then somehow it just reconnects itself miraculously, and then it's just the dumbest, most lethargic, and nonsensical process that could happen. Really. I do not understand why all this crap is broken in this way. So now what I do is I don't turn it off. It just stays on 24 hours a day. My little shortcut pad. Otherwise, I have to go through that crap at the beginning of every stream. So just get my little shortcut pad that allows me to do that and do all this and this. That just stays on all the time now. Just because I don't want to have to deal with all that. At least this thing doesn't have any lights or stupid crap on it that run all the time. So it's only using power when you press a button, and that's it. So I can afford to leave it on and not have it eat up the battery. But I'm saying, I really hate micro suck. They really do suck. Just throwing that out there. Okay, so let's get rid of, I like the stars. Just leave them sparse like that. And the problem was here. And a slight bit here. A little bit off rounding there. And I want to, excuse me, I want to mess with this tire a little bit. Because there's, or maybe this one. No, I don't know. I need this to be slightly smaller. It just has to be. Because it still looks too big. It is too big. But it fits with the way I drew this. I need to... like it fits with the car slightly. I'm trying to find the part where it doesn't. This one sticks out over the fender. I mean over the rear quarter panel. Like in the reference. But this one... it's lined up right, but I think I don't know, I need to like trim it. The shape is just slightly off, I think. Wait, slop suffix? I don't I guess I don't understand what that means. Oh yeah, that's when I was experimenting with putting smoke over the back end, like in the reference. I don't really know how to draw smoke. I have not done that very much. So, there's our sketch. There. I want to mess with this because I think this logo is too large, too chunky. It takes up too much real estate. I just want to cover up that fender. Okay, let me look up, because I must have missed something in chat. Time to start using Process XP. Is that the one? Microslop. Oh, I get it now. I see it now. Microslop. Oh, because of the fact that they vibe code 30% of their software now? Is that what you mean? Holy crap, that's insane. That really is insane. I have no problems with AI. I have problems with having to do your work for you, though. It's, yeah, it's a tool. It's a powerful tool, but it doesn't do everything for you. And if you try, it just looks stupid. And you look stupid for doing it. Don't use that stuff. In that way, at least. Try to be responsible with these things. You're going to ruin it for everybody. Which, that will fall on deaf ears. And people will ruin it for everybody anyway. I already know that. It's already happened. Oh, hopefully that one's not broken then. Because I want to have, you know, when I stream, I like to have my task manager open. That's why it bugs me. Most people are like, I don't care. Who cares about task manager? Task manager is good to have open when you're streaming. Because it, you end up with all kinds of crazy problems when you live stream. And sometimes you get blue screens, you get, like games will freeze up. And it'll even lock out your screen. Or you can't like tab out or move anywhere. Having the task manager up means you can very quickly kill a process when everything else is frozen up. It also gives you an idea of what's going on under the hood, so that you know if there's any, like if your processor or your GPU is redlining because of a game you're playing, the settings are too high, if it's overheating. You don't know that unless you have that open. And streaming puts an extra strain on your PC, so you really should watch those processes. This comes from someone who streamed for a very long time and has been in every single awful situation on stream that you can imagine. So, take the advice. I guess rant over. I don't know. Was that even a rant? It is white, yes. It's kind of like a semi-rant. I'm still even this sketchy. It was just too thick. It took up too much. Advisory rant, yeah. You know, it's good so you can see what's going on. You know, you can find memory leaks and stuff. You're like, why is this game running like crap? You can see right there, well, memory leak. It really does help you identify problems when you're doing stuff like that. Even these days when I game off stream, since I don't do live streaming of games anymore, I just live stream art. If I'm playing a game off stream, I still will have my task manager open. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. But that's, you know, years of knowing what games will mess up. And like how badly they can ruin your day. Okay, do not draw on the wrong layer, please. No. There. There it is. You can see it's slightly out of round. It's so difficult to do that by eye. It's not gonna be perfectly round either, because we are It is slightly at an angle toward us from this end. You see, it's kind of coming at us slightly in this angle, so the perspective is going to be wonky. So this one would appear more rounded because we're in front of it. This might be a little bit warped because we're from a different angle. Advisory run. I don't know, what is it, like a PSA, public service announcement? Something like that here. Perspective by eye. Fun for the whole family. All right, I want that to just stay like it is, and what else was I going to address? This, I don't like this tire. It's in there on top of everything too, so we have to cut into this and then repair it, I think. It's all pretty much one layer. No, come on. There. Oh, there's gonna be stuff to repair. How's that? Up? Maybe. Yes. Yeah. That looks right. That feels better. All right, so now I just have to repair it. Darn it, don't do that. There. Hey, yo, Soldier. Look, you got first. There's people here already too. That's the trick. You gotta be sneaky. Because some people forget. I remember Masling used to get that all the time. It was basically stock for water or Masling. Stealth mode activated. Feel free to lurk. Also, you guys streaming today? Let's do a shout out for Solidor. Oh, really? Okay, cool. Mr. Coolish, Happy New Year to you. It's good to see you. How's the music? I could bring that up. We should be eventually playing something else. I just listen to this all the time as I work. Yeah, well, we're finished up with this piece. Yeah, it needed to be finished. I'm gonna try and patch this up. I don't have my normal don't have my other reference up. I have the one that I made, which is like a previous version that I finished the other day, but now it's going to be, where the wheel is, it's going to be a little bit of a repair job. Gotta make sure I'm on the right layer. So what I had done, the reason I'm doing this, if you didn't see why, is I cut this open with a tool like that, and I moved the tire and changed the size of it, like so. So it would match this one, because for some reason I'm not getting the proportions right, and why do it the hard way? But now I have to go in and change these things, like patch it up, the parts where it got cut into, turn off the pressure opacity so we get stronger strokes. This will get connected back up to here, and this will be trimmed off because the angle is different now. It will make it like it never happened. Oh, whoa. You resubbed yesterday, and I think I missed it. Or, yeah, I must have. So I apologize. I just caught that when I started up today. I'm like, did he resub and I missed it? So I apologize if I missed that during stream. My chatbot does not really show me the alerts, which I don't know what to do, because I prefer this thing over, and this is the only way I marry the chats together without using Restream. So I don't know what to do about that, because it does not give me the alerts like it should. How did I never do that? There. Oh, I also have to upload this. It's not completely done. This is birthday gift for somebody else, so this has to go on to Imgur today. I think I'm okay with that. I'm not going any tighter on these faces. These, I mean, I may still, just because I'm crazy, but I really don't want to. Deal with these too much. These faces, there's not a lot of space in here. I'd rather leave them more suggestions. I will probably still mess with it later because I can't leave things alone. But for now, this is as fixed as I was trying to get it today. So let's move on. Let's see. We need to, just in case Super Cool Guy comes by today, we need to offload this into somewhere else. Okay, that one's done. Now let's start the fun stuff. Not that that's not fun, but that sketching is kind of a low stress sort of thing. Rendering, it's not really stressful. Well, it can be, especially when stuff isn't working and I'm having to redo stuff. It's all very personal, and when you're doing art in front of people, then all of your flaws are showing the entire time. Every time you make a mistake, every time you do something wrong, every time you have to redo something, that adds stress to it. A lot of accountability from other people, and the feeling of judgment in the back of your mind. It's not easy. Okay, let's start a new project. Jaws. In our project. I'm just making a folder for it so I have somewhere to go with this. New tab. Alright, and how big are we going to make this thing? What is the aspect ratio as well? Do I work better under stress? Yes, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I do amazingly well under stress. I hate that. It's the ADHD that does that. You have a lot of practice at multitasking and handling just the normal everyday stress of being a scattered lunatic. So it makes us good at handling high stress multitasking situations. Like chaos, like ADHD people handle chaos much better than the average person. Probably just because they're used to it. Okay, now where's this is it. Does anyone know what the resolution is? What is the normal, let's see. Movie poster dimensions. 27 by 40. Basically, it does. It feels bad until it's done. How do we translate that into pixels? It's 27 by 40. Dimensions, pixel resolution. Okay, 8100 by 12,000. Holy crap, that's too big. Oh, 30. Okay, PPI. That's for printing. That's print quality. We're not doing print quality. Okay, so digital versions for web. For web use, there we go. That's what I want. 1400 by 2100. 2 to 3. There we go. At 72, always 72 DPI. Here's the thing, if you're a digital artist and you are having trouble understanding PPI and DPI, just remember this. If you don't plan to print this, then just 72. In fact, always 72, whether you plan to print it or not. Because when you go to print this, if you decide later you want to print it, you can always upscale it. You just come right back here. You change the resolution to 300 PPI, and there you go. That's it. You can upscale them later. So don't ever waste your space on high resolution when you don't know what you're going to do with it yet. Or even if you do know what you're going to do with it, you'll save space this way. It'll make a huge file otherwise. That's such a huge resolution. We'll go with 1400 by 2100 because it doesn't need a lot of. Yeah, let's just have a look at this here. That'd be like your 1440. I think this is how you do it. Like that. Just to get the basic dimension of the thing. Like later I can up these, but I need to keep the ratio between them, I think. There. What in the hell is this doing? All right, now we have to figure out why it's doing this. Color profile will be turned on because you have opened a file with a color profile setting. You can turn this preview off from the view. I don't understand. What are you doing right now? What did it do? Did I click a button wrong? Why is it messing with me? Like, I haven't changed any settings, so why is it messing with me as if we're doing something brand new or doing something wrong? It hasn't. What is wrong with this thing? Is it buggy now? Am I now having Windows problems with this? Is Windows now affecting? Are the Windows 11 bugs messing with my Clip Studio? You know what's happening? It's because I did this for my colors. Remember we did this and set that as a default? Didn't we change the default before? It must have had an update and maybe it's freaking out. It's like, that's not the real default. I don't know. Now it's... I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later. Because it's just way too confusing. Like, we get to start off our day with that. Also, welcome in, Homotilicious. We're just still having issues, of course. Software just keeps giving you more reasons to uninstall it, basically. Or I guess Windows is giving me more reasons to go to Linux. Welcome in, Zweezy. You're not first. You're not first today. Okay, let's grab the movie poster. We'll also have to save this in a different area. Of course, I'm already a little bit perturbed by the stupid bugs we're having right now. I'd like to have a bug-free art stream. That's the dream. That's not going to happen as long as I'm using Windows. Here, where is the folder that I made for this? There. Okay, we're going to work on our own version of Jaws movie poster. Also, I went to look through another file here to see if I downloaded a reference. I didn't, so we'll look for something real quick. There you go, it's a woman. That gives you the whole poster. How big is that one? Oh, that's good size. Why doesn't it open the image? There. Weird. Open image, please. Yeah, that works. JPEG? Hopefully. Let's see. Go over to the other folder. One I made for it. There we go. Boom. Micro slop. I like that. I've not heard of that one. That's new. That's new to me. I mean, it's not like they care. They're still gonna ruin your life. Because trust me, it's coming. When they make you pay rent to turn on your PC and send you to prison if you unlock it yourself. It will happen. We could do that, but then I have to change the thing. We have that. Kind of jazzy. Let me change the thing real quick. Jaws jazz. Is that a loose association? Okay. Let's grab some blue. It was. I'm going to agree with you there. But we do happen to have some generic smooth jazz. Alright, so what do we do? It's going to be like... What does it take up? That top third, I'm wanting to say. Okay, about like that. So the upper part, here would be the water. And then there's the jaws thing. Of course, this is not big enough. I should be drawing the font larger, but we don't have to worry about that too much. Jaws. There we go. And then there's like a lady up here. Swimming. Hey, yo, Servo, welcome in. We're just getting the basic proportions down for now.
Zooey's Gone asked me, do frogs have teeth? Well, Zooey's Gone. Some frogs do have teeth, but not all of them. Most frogs have tiny teeth called maxillary teeth on their upper jaws. They're not really for chewing, just grabbing onto their prey. Meanwhile, their lower jaw usually doesn't have teeth at all. It's a bit like trying to eat a Krabby Patty without proper chewing, isn't it?
Always chew, kids. Chew your Krabby Patty. This comes, this is back behind. And this is this elbow here. You guys swimming. Above the water, splashy, splashy. Okay, and then you draw a shark or big frog with teeth. I think the first one we're gonna do a shark. We're gonna do like full on, you know, Jaws poster. And yeah, frogs do have teeth. Oh yeah, and some of them have like a pair of actual teeth, like right in the bottom center of their jaw. Usually the big ones though had those. So somebody had brought that up. I don't remember who that was. It may have been Rumple, or I don't know. I don't remember who suggested it yesterday. But yeah, we could do one like a frog version. So instead of Jaws, it would be Tadpole, and Tadpole coming up. Or I think, you know, like a giant frog swimming up toward somebody. It's called a frog. So that way it's sort of a different version of the same format. But we're gonna go full pander commercial and draw mainstream images. None of those silly frogs. Frogs come later. Also, I need to practice drawing stuff that isn't a frog, you know? I mean, sure, you get good at something when you do it a bunch, but then you forget how to do everything else. I think of the Family Guy thing. I think that's what Woo was talking about the other day. He's like, it's already done. Already did it, I think, when this was being suggested. I think that's what he said. They had one. It was a shark, though, but it wasn't a frog. It was this thing. It's gonna be like nostril. Like that. Sort of wrinkly. We have to be careful how we draw this shape right now. This could go badly. Maybe the top edge, maybe sort of wrinkles. Because it's not really well defined. It's just this sort of mushy bit of flesh up by the nose until it gets into the dark area where the mouth is actually open. It's like here is the darker area. And these are sort of lips or something if if sharks have lips. I'm sure they do. Well, birds don't have lips. But then again, a frog isn't a bird. Also, birds aren't even real, so it doesn't count. The jaw is attached and it's like separate from underneath. Somebody did. I think somebody mentioned it yesterday. So if it wasn't you, it was somebody else. Or maybe someone who's watching the live stream from yesterday will call me out in the future. But that's not going to happen because people don't usually watch the VODs. So I'm safe. I can say whatever I want. Okay, what did it just do to my stylus? Right. Yeah, we're having buggy issues now with my Microsoft, apparently. So now it's not recognizing my tablet. So my shortcut thing is working. This is working, and yet for some reason my tablet is no longer recognized. It better not be Microsoft messing with me, because they do that. Man, I hate hindrances like this when I'm trying to work. See, this thing opens up that stupid, whatever the hell it's called. Windows Ink. That crap. That thing disables my mouse. Or my stylus. It gets in the way, it disables the pen pressure. So I guess that's what caused the glitch here. I have to plug back in because it also doesn't like that. It's buggy when it wants to be and not buggy when it wants to be. Hopefully we don't have to carve out a larger chunk of the day to fix these problems. This needs to come around like that. The eyes are up here. This comes in a little bit. Shark eye. Black as coal. Doll eyes. Black as your soul. Alright. Mouth. There you go, black eyes like doll's eyes. This is where this is gonna be. We're just blocking it right now. I'm also here. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have used color anyway. We need to just leave it and don't fill. I just need to have enough to where I know what I'm doing. Go back to what I was doing. Just preliminary.
Servo1K asked me, what kind of dog would be in a horror movie called Paws? Well, in a horror movie titled Paws, I'd imagine a big, mysterious dog with a dark, shaggy coat, like a Newfoundland or a Tibetan Mastiff, prowling through the shadows with an eerie presence. Maybe it's got those intense, glowing eyes that seem to pierce right through you. It's the kind of dog that would send shivers down your spine, just like a good old sea monster lurking beneath the waves.
Hello, Leslie Peel. Welcome in. Sorry, hope you haven't been there too long waiting for me. I was focused on this. Okay, so it's so basic, really. I don't think we need to do any more. Let's move over. Let me show you the reference I'm working from. I think. Oh, that's Mr. Frog. Well, there you go. You've changed your name again. Are you using someone else's account? Welcome in, Mr. Frog. Okay, I think... Also, that reminds me, we have the Back to the Future thing fairly done. I'm not going to do too much to the faces. The reference isn't very clear on the faces, and I really just want to leave it kind of vague. But this is the finished version. Okay, cool. So this is the finished version, and I'm going to, let's see, I have downloaded this, and we're going to upload this to Imgur. Alright, we'll do it like we did before. Where is this folder? And check that. Go to Imgur. No, that's the wrong. What is that? There. This thing always makes me sign in. This better be right. I'll have to look for the thing. Oh no, wait. It's always trying to get me to use my Google account or something for this. It's always trying to trick me. Here, use this. It's so much easier. I did this. It's over here in the corner. I know it's hard to see. I didn't put any other stuff in. I kept it simple. There's no Demogorgon hat or multiple frogs. It's just the little third cup with the top hat frog in it. Where are my albums? Why did it send me to the top? Have they changed this again? I guess they have. I don't know. Can you just drag and drop? They're making this way too confusing now. Like, why do they have to monkey with stuff all the time? All right, let's see if this works. Okay. I'll put that in chat, and that is the Imgur link, where you can click that and you should be able to download it. This is the page. This is what it'll look like. It's even got your names, and it's got me up there, so it's easy to identify. Okay. Sketch. Oh, you mean the one you're using right now? Okay. I'll tell you what, I will post it in the the community posts. I'll send that as a community post later on. Okay? I'll do that after stream. To your other... Well, it'll just come from my account. Welcome in, Yadisak. Where's community post? When you post stuff from here, YouTube makes everything so incredibly difficult to get to. It's very complicated sometimes. I think they overcomplicate stuff just to mess with me. Okay, so here, see when you go to my channel, the actual channel page, it says posts, and then there's things like these. like when I did the Phineas and Ferb one. And Uncle Wednesday, Siler. Yeah. So after the stream, I will post these. Let's see, can I do it right now from here? Let's see if we can just do it here, since it's already open. Will it? Ugh. Just let me drag and drop, man. Of course not. Is it not gonna let me do this while I'm... Alright, we have to click it. Can we do that now? No, we cannot. Wow. YouTube is so convenient. Okay. Here, let's do a thing. I guess I can't. Can I write anything? There it is. Okay, it's up. So it should be there on the channel page. Weirdly, so this is what happened before. My Windows will somehow detect my stylus all by itself when the tablet's plugged in, and then because it created somehow a separate profile. I don't know why, but it then says, well, there's no software to run this. There's no drivers for this. It's okay. We'll just use Windows Ink. And then it starts using Windows Ink, and Windows Ink kills the, it doesn't support pressure or any of the pen buttons except like one button, and that button is undo button. Like literally, it only lets you have one button and it tells you what that button's gonna do. It is absolutely the worst. But it just brute forces it. I disabled the thing, but it'll brute force anyway. So what I do now is boot up the tablet wirelessly through the dongle because it recognizes that profile, and then with its own driver, and then I plug it in later because the dongle was not, I guess, not shielded. That's what I'm thinking. The tablet is great, but there, the dongle that they made for it is trash. So you got this great tablet, well designed, but the dongle is crap. So it's unshielded. It picks up interference. Every so often, my mouse will just flip out. You know, I'll have this larger here so you can see. I'll just be drawing along, and then suddenly it just freaks out, and it's all over and starts marking up the thing, and then I have to undo everything. This is a common problem with this particular tablet too. This company cheaped out basically on the dongles. What a sad thing too. You put all that money into R&D, make a good product, and then you ruin it by cheaping out on one piece of it. Okay, let's start with water. This painting was certainly this was absolutely painted. If you look at this, you can see this is painted. Like someone hand painted. This is a real painting. I wouldn't say watercolor pencil and maybe gouache, like mixed media, because they weren't doing these digitally. There was no such thing. It was 1975. I was there. I'm gonna tell you, there wasn't digital anything. He's holding the what? Okay. What kind of color is this going to be? It's sort of a greenish, like aqua. Because water, aqua. Of course, that makes sense, right? And this needs to be more gray. So we'll have this up around here, and we'll grab this and cool it off a little bit down here. And I'll should I do that and cut another layer? There's no white in this. Yes, there is. It's up at the top. Here. Yeah, that's good. I like that one. Okay, that works. And then we need like a gray. Some kind of like that maybe. It's very close to this. It is a blue gray. Could be more gray, actually. It could be more gray. And I don't know what we're gonna do with her. I'm gonna have to work on that for a while. Okay, let's do another layer for the background here. Which is going to be the water. So let's get rid of this. And put that that's on the wrong, it's going to drive me crazy. There. Now let's grab, I guess that's watercolor, sort of. It's going to be kind of sketchy. Hmm. Yeah, there we go. We'll do this and I'll lighten up in the areas where I need to pull it away from. Because it's so painterly, we're gonna keep it sketchy, or try to. I always say that and then I render it way too much. Yeah, we don't need to just mess around with it that way. This is lighter up here anyway. Let's see. Black. I don't like going just straight black suddenly. I usually try to use something other than solid black. I normally have the darks really dark, but it's like this is a really, really dark blue. Almost black. Although I may still blacken it later. Just like I don't normally go for like a neutral gray. I'm usually adding some kind of a color bias to it, even if it's just a tiny bit. It sort of makes things glow. If they're if the darks and the lights have a touch, or the darks and the grays have like a color bias that kind of fits everything else. Okay, it's got teeth, and we're going to draw in those teeth later. We're not going to paint around those. What will happen is I'll come in and I'll take stuff like this. Here, you need there. You're fine. You know, and we'll put these teeth in individually on top of everything else. But for now, drawing them in like this would be terrible. Have to paint around them all the time. We're not doing that. That's above my pay grade. Also, it's kind of wonky. It's not perfect. This shark. It's see. See, it's kind of like, you know, it's not perfect. not perfectly symmetrical. You know, this thing has been ramming boats and chomping on people. Teeth are broken and hanging off, and it's missing some over here, and you know, it is embattled, right? Which I like that. So we're gonna have to try and get that shape in there, and that could be easier or difficult. I don't know. Is it easier to draw something out of shape? Oh, first I was gonna dig out this stuff here so it doesn't influence her skin color right away. I'm just mashing in some basic colors anyway. More like placeholders. And this is going to be on top of that anyway. They're transparent. I use a lot of transparency, so one is going to show through the other. So I avoided doing this in the background because this is not going to cover it completely. It'll start popping through. Too dark? Eventually this won't look terrible. I'm sure she's wearing a bathing suit. It just doesn't look like it in the picture. We'll put one on her later. There's nothing really going on right now. Hair. There you go. Voila. Should I sign it? Okay, so now we have to start figuring out how to deal with this. And get the shape. A little too pointy up there. Of course, I'm using this brush at full strength, so. It's just very transparent brush, so it doesn't cover very well unless I have it at full strength. What we need to do is flare that out, I think, at the nose. This is the point when people come in here and go, "Oh my God, what is he doing? I'm out." This looks like an infant made it. Well, you're only half right. This may need to be wider. So we do this like a marker. This is where I put the nostrils. This way I have some reference to my own sketch. Right. And the mouth is wonky also. This comes way up. And the lip goes out this way over here. The eye is set in here, and this comes out. See, this is one of those times I was talking about. Those times when you're sitting here working out something. All these mistakes. And people get to watch your ugly stage. I have to say, it's like really, you know. What's up? Okay, well, have a good one. Super cool, Mr. Frog. This is the more stressful part here. It's trying to make this look something like what you wanted. These always look terrible when you first start. When I do, at least. This needs to go up this way. See, his mouth is doing this. There. That's looking better. Mr. Atomic. Welcome in. Also, have a great evening, super cool guy. Or Mr. Frog. Eventually we'll have to nail those down. This is, that was a nostril. But I'm placing it differently now. Just needs to point up that way a little bit. I hardened up on that brush pretty good, didn't I? I did. I could feel the struggle. Oh, don't do that. Wrong layer. It's kind of squarish. This bottom jaw. Okay. This needs to be darker or blue. A more blue. Blue. And the teeth will be... Do we have enough room? The proportions are certainly off. Something like that. And I keep putting these in there, but I really should not. There's not much else to render on him. It's mostly just a lot of this. His lip comes over this way. Make that darker. This has to come up here. And here. Hey, Sourly. Welcome in. Happy New Year. There you go. If anyone made it past the ugly sketch phase into the slightly looking like something phase, congratulations. You survived the worst of it. That initial phase always kind of stresses me out when we're doing it on stream. Just trying to figure out how to do stuff. Achievement unlocked. Go to good. Okay. Getting some shapes down. Needs to be darker. We'll just use this one. These eyes will get moved down. You know what? I think that's further down. I think that proportion is right. It's just pushed up in this direction. The eye should be down a little bit more. And we'll do the same with this one. Whatever. It's gonna be too small, it's just gonna mess with me, so we'll just get rid of it. We'll just do it by hand. It's a very successful poster. It did a lot of freaking people out. This movie. It's chilling too. You think about it, she has no idea. None. And that is under the water, waiting. Oh, there's more to cut that. We'll eventually do a frog version. This needs to be a more reddish color. Humans are so hard to draw. Welcome in, Strider. Yeah, we're gonna work on the sketch of this after stream. I need to get a drawing of this, because this just looks dumb. So he's gone up to his old tricks. One day he's gonna get somebody to sign that contract. Draw Klingons, we are warriors worthy of chronicling. I wouldn't be opposed to some Star Trek stuff. This is all wrong. Of course, it's just placeholder, so. So your hair is down here in the water. And it's little tiny. Wow, it's so terrible. Like some kind of monster. It is a monster. Her proportions are way off too. Trying to like tilt my head to see this face. This goes in front of the arm, I think. There you go. Perfect human simulacrum. The water should be right here, not up here. Hope everyone's having a good start to their new year. It's gonna be another crazy one. Darn it. There. Get back on the right layer. So our face is sideways. It's in the water this way, so grab something here and darken that. Scary, isn't it? What is on this brush? Obviously something that doesn't show up. What color am I using? There we go. And the water line comes through. This is all gonna be weirdness. But this has to be down in front. This needs to be longer. The legs. So embarrassing to draw like this sometimes. I am also very bad at sketching. These proportions are going to be way off, I'm sure. I'll have to like shrink this down, because as I compare it to the sketch, it's going to be, you know, she's probably way too large. In the movie poster, she's much smaller. Best dream with frogs playing with the jaw. Okay, so we will work on these proportions later. There. His face has to be down to the water, so we're not going to see much of it. I think I'm kind of okay. I still think that's a little too big compared to her head size, but I think we're trying to nail it down. Once I just get all this proportional to itself, I can then lasso it and then just sort of adjust accordingly. That's the magic of digital. This isn't going to go too far. I'm going to have a leg up this way. gonna give her a broken leg. Basically, there we go. Don't break her leg. How's she gonna swim away? She's not gonna swim away. She's getting et by this. Too bad, so sad. Wow, don't do that again. Here. Change back to the better eraser, the one that doesn't like rip the guts out of my work. There we go. She didn't read the sign. It says, you know, warning, shark below surface. She's like, no, it's fine. Probably just political. I'll be fine. She having a FAFO moment. Stupid signs. No, tell me what not to do. I'll jump in anyway. Then you'll be sorry. Sure, we'll all be sorry. Warning, pervert sharks don't swim naked. Well, I don't think she's naked. I don't know. I think in the poster, it's just right now we don't have anything on her because we're trying to get a shape. And if I had to keep drawing a bathing suit on her constantly, it's just not gonna work. I feel like, if I zoom in on this, it's probably like pink or something. So, I don't know. Probably pink. Like, look, here, I'll show it again. It's zoomed in right here. I don't see much. But again, this is a painting, an actual painting, so it wasn't like, you know, the artist just sort of covered all this with water, basically, like obscured it, which is what we should do. I need to do that, but what I'm going to do is put a layer on top of it to do that.
Servo 1K asked me, what sort of horror movie called Croak would include amphibians? Oh, Croak sounds like a spine-tingling horror movie all about some creepy amphibians. Imagine, deep in an eerie swamp, there's a legend of a monstrous mutated bullfrog, much larger than any normal frog. It has a terrifying croak that echoes through the night, sending chills down your spine. With glowing eyes and a sticky tongue that snatches unsuspecting victims,
Ooh.
It's like a slimy twist on a classic creature feature.
Croak. You know, I was I was in the middle of making a game that I was going to call Croak. Sort of an undead zombie frog that his swamp was you know, corrupted by like chemicals and chemical waste, stuff like that, and it killed everybody in the swamp, and now he's coming back for revenge. It made him a zombie. So it was a shooter that I was gonna do an FPS. I would still love to do that, but I just don't. I can't do that by myself. Not something like that. So that basically takes that out of the picture. See, she's doing a side stroke, right? So it's hard to figure out which direction the body is twisting, especially when the artist sort of obscured the body. So this needs to be like this. It's gonna be a little bit truncated, but it's coming from over here on the other side, so that's about right. This is a bit steep of an angle. Like that. And then hand up, reaching for water. Borrow some of the dark there. There, see, it definitely looks better than it started out. Eventually, I get things to almost look like they're supposed to. And she's going to take a lot of work, because I have to deliberate. I can't just do this fast. These kind of things really can't be done on stream. The quick and dirty stuff, yeah. But when I'm only doing like 2 hours at a time now, a couple days a week, it's just more of a hangout rather than a place to get my work done. Of course, this is a stream project, so I don't know. I'll try not to do too much off stream, other than just tighten things up a little bit and get my proportions down as I deliberate over it later on. You can see how much time it takes me. Then that way we can get a little bit more done. Jaws was such a good movie. Just monumentally scary. One of those truly frightening movies. Like, you know, slashers and stuff, like, big deal. That stuff doesn't really happen and blah, blah, blah. But man, this happens. Okay? That's why it freaked everyone out. No one would get into the water. It's all anyone talked about was Jaws. And it was like that because it was a much smaller world in those days, so people all saw the same movie. There wasn't the huge variety of stuff out like there is now and all the easily consumable content. It was like, you know, a couple of releases and everybody went to them. What was something else from that era? I don't know. Poltergeist was like late 70s, early 80s, was early 80s. But that was another one that everyone talked about, was Poltergeist, and kids talked about that movie. For some reason, kids loved that movie. I don't know why. Move to the light, Carol Ann. Walk into the light. I'm probably getting the line wrong. Oh God, what is this foot? Braxton Wise, what are you doing there? That was terrible. It's like a half broken seal in the water. And eventually we'll put a bathing suit on her, you know. But there's just nothing. We'll use green. There, just so there's no controversy. I mean, it's just a drawing. How do these things go on? Like this? I guess like that. Like that. Just something quick. Sorry, now disappointed. Isn't it a gay shark in the Family Guy thing? You know, they use that, you know, the token character that they do that always has that sort of gay, lisping, lilty voice. If anyone knows what I'm talking about. See here, it's this one. Which one? We shouldn't have that on stream. It was up here. Here. Hey, I'm gonna eat y'all. This is the one. Probably gonna. Oh, it's TikTok. Yuck. Is there anything that isn't TikTok based? Well, it's good that there.
Jaws 5, Fire Island.
You think we should be this far out? Stop worrying, Mark. We'll be fine.
Hey, I'm gonna eat y'all.
That's the voice.
I'm gonna eat that hairy leg. I'm gonna eat that one too. Hope I can see right up them shorts. I got a whole bunch of rows of teeth to chew you with. Dinah, Dinah, Dinah. Oh, now, wait a minute. I did have a chubby kid on a rack.
That just kills me every single time. Anyway. Before we get sued and demonetized. Oh, well. Demonetized. Nothing from nothing is still nothing. So demonetize away. I need to stop rendering. Why am I even rendering this bathing suit? This is just to cover it up. This is just proportional messing around. This is just to cover this up. So there's no weird controversy going on here on the stream. Actually, this kind of helps with the proportions. The head has to go out that way, I think. She's a little chunked up right here. Chunked up. I don't know if that's the right word. Scrunched up. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. Your hair careful not to make that look like armpit hair. Because that's gross. Shave your pits. Don't be a freaking heathen. Her head is looking huge. I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix that later. Probably if we just move the head a little bit. It's probably fine. Oh, what is that? Didn't I choose red? No, I did not. This way we can get some basics up here on the screen so people can see what I'm doing instead of just when they get here I'm like in the middle of scribbling around and then I'm always self-conscious like, oh well, hey, welcome in. While I'm just in this incredibly ugly phase of my drawing, and that's when people show up. Y'all can't wait for me to make it look nice. You gotta be here while I'm struggling. It wouldn't be a Braxton stream otherwise. I remember when I was streaming games, there you go. I was streaming games and it was, some people would literally just wait for me to be in like in a rant or an embarrassing part of the game or something before they pop in and say hello. Like Carr would wait very patiently, like a good couple of hours before, like, hey Braxton. Oh hello. I was just in the middle of ranting about something stupid. How embarrassing. Okay. I think that's where I want it. And put that there like that. There, just better for proportion here, so I have more markers. I have to keep putting these in. Either that or I have to do them on another layer. Probably better for me to do that rather than being stubborn, but it's fine. I was born to be stubborn. They're just adjusting my reference. So she is too large for scale, but there's the only way I can get her proportions down. That will bring her down to what I think her final size should be. Because it's got to be pretty tiny. Yeah, like real tiny. Yeah, because this has to look massive. And we'll look at the poster again. She's still not quite there. But I also did the Jaws thing just kind of haphazardly. So this is the scale. I think that's about right. The hand is right there under the middle of the S. The feet are just slightly. I think she's almost right where she needs to be. Yeah, because this is a bit narrower. You know, the other one would be out to here. So I think in that case, she's actually just right. And where's my image again? Let's see. Let's move you off screen. Let's use the airbrush. I need to use that more often. I should learn to use more than one brush. That's what they used to call me in school, One Brush Braxton. Braxton One Brush. Terribly humiliating. Can't get that the right size there. This needs to be much darker, but I do the darkest darks at the very end. I think this is okay. Bluer, darker bluer. Bluer, bluer. sort of mapping out the shapes and the modulation, the modeling of the skin. Although they're not there yet, but I'm just sort of trying to lay in what look like skin textures. It's getting there. It's starting to look like something. It's not bad for a couple hours or 2.5 hours. Well, I guess I did the other one for about a half hour. This is what we just finished. There's our new logo. Sort of. Kind of sketchy. I'm leaving the faces sort of vague. They're vague in my reference, so I'm not going to read into that further. Because then I have to start imagining things that I can't see in the photo, and then that's where you start getting into trouble. So I'm just painting it like I see it. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay, I guess that's it for today. Your paintings suffer from prosopagnosia. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? She's looking less scary. We'll do a layer, a water layer in front of her, so it'll be easier to kind of obscure her in the way that they did neurological condition where you can't recognize faces. Ha! The paintings. Human faces, we have to obscure them. Humans are, you know, frogs are far easier to do facial details. Human faces are more difficult. I like this. I think I'm happy with the way the shark is turning out now. Again, I was in that sort of, I hate this. This looks ugly. I suck. And then suddenly it starts to look. All humans can wear mittens too. Yeah. Thank you. We're just working our way down. Then we'll do teeth and gums, and that's going to be a fun part. I really want to get this down, and then do the teeth and gums. And it's all going to be on this one layer anyway, so we really have to paint this in and mash it around with all these other things because we're going to mingle. I want to show you this part here, where this is the part that I'm kind of hyped for doing. These sort of the gum ridges in between the teeth. I've never done anything like this. So that'll be kind of neat, putting like little touches of that in there and doing the like layered teeth and the shadows between them. And then all this, I like that it's not symmetrical. I like that this is an embattled kind of thing. So it's, you know, there's more organic shape and it's a more interesting shape rather than it was just, you know, perfectly symmetrical. Asymmetry is far more interesting. And I tend to veer away from symmetry when I can. That's gonna be cool. And this is kind of painterly, so we'll do like an overlay where I'm doing like paintbrush strokes on top of her and then try to simulate the sketchiness. I think the bubbles underwater will be interesting because I have not done those either. That'll be something new. Okay, I guess that's it for today. I want everyone to have a really good day. I will be back next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Thank you very much for hanging out. I always appreciate it.